Hey everybody, it's 3 o'clock now, and I'm liver than I've ever been here in New York City on a kind of a mottled old day. It's a little bit bitterly cold. I know other friends of mine all over the world are experiencing much more temperate climate right now. But anyway, here in New York, I wish I could say it was different. But anyway, I'm here to play for you. I love to play for you guys every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And you see, I've got the Fender Stratocaster from 1966 strapped down here. So I'm going to do a little song now to start things off here. Okay, that's well, that started as an instrumental many years ago called "Polishing Your Pistol," and I gave it to my friend Elie Medeiros, the great French Uruguayan singer. And this shows the beauty of a collaboration because she heard a Latin thing going on there, and she assembled her Latin band based in Paris. So we recorded this, and it's a song called Dulce, which is on a record called Improve the Shining Hour. That's from the year 2000. And I wish she was here right now to sing this with me. I know that we did this a couple of times in Paris, and we had people like Brian De Palma in the audience, and I'd love to play with Elie, so I believe she's in Uruguay right now. So switching over to the Gibson. Let's see, I've got notes. Oh, do I have notes? Because, as you know, I'm trying not to repeat my sets over time. I certainly have enough repertoire to keep me going under that rubric for a long time. Yeah, and also I get requests, so sometimes I try and honor them. Let's see. Lulu. That's our little schnauzer, Lulu, who is going to make a pop-in, I think. Come here, Lulu. Let's train the camera on Lulu here for a sec. Lulu, okay, you're worldwide on the web right at this moment. Okay. I don't know if that came out, guys, but she definitely appreciated it. Music soothes the savage breast, including that of our little mini schnauzer. All right, so let's keep going now. When I say think of all the things I like to show, strip away the lies okay. Like all around me. Breathe life into the day. Your love surround me. Riding on steel rail. Distant past oblivion. And before the wind so frail. Give me the strength to live again. There's a simple song to sing. I wanna hear it. Heading out for better days. Now don't you feel it? Life is not a game we play. Rules are black and white. Rising from oblivion. Do not go gentle into that good night. When I say I'd like to know you, think of all the things I wanna show you. Strip away the lies, okay. That's all around me. Breathe life into the day. Your love surround me. Like a pebble on the beach. Onto a grain of sand. Floating soul just out of reach. Moving freely in his hand. All of us come clean, you know. That journey's in. Waiting for the waves to flow. Waiting for a sign to start again. Hey! Yeah, okay. That's called Coming Clean, and that's the title song of a record that came out, about 2005. And I licensed it here to this package, which is what they say dropping. Okay, that's rising on September 11th. The Essential, Gary Lucas. It's a hell of a. I mean, look at this. There's a booklet with extensive liner notes, annotations, photographs, illustrations. I can't tell you. I mean, there's some great notes here by Glenn Kenny, who's an award-winning critic of music and film, and photos from all over the place. This is in Transylvania. You'll notice the bats. I don't know, everything turns out backwards, right, on these iPhone concerts. Hey, this is a shot from Amsterdam at the BIM House where I was playing with the Golem. I don't know. I'll save it for September 11th for you to discover it. I can't actually offer copies of this yet, but I love to tease you with it. So I'm going to switch guitars now. And Caroline is taking charge of Lulu. I think Lulu enjoys my guitar playing, to tell you the truth. And, she's looking at me expectantly. So last time I started to do this song, but it was a little too sad. I was just not in the mood. was I discovered early on. But it's a song, it's a Chinese pop song by the great Zhou Xuan. Fantastic singer, one of the 7 great singing stars, so-called, who came out of Shanghai in the late 30s, who made this fantastic fusion music, fusion of Eastern and Western elements, taking Tin Pan Alley and Broadway and Yiddish theater tropes and mixing it with Chinese scales and Chinese instruments sometimes, but often with big band arrangements. And this is one of the most beautiful and stately numbers, and it's called The Moon in the Street. Moon in the Street, and you should check out the record that this one is on. It's called The Edge of Heaven. Gary Lucas plays mid-century Chinese pop. It's usually followed by laughter when I reveal the title to people, but it's no joke. It won a bunch of awards in France. It first came out on a French label, and then was reissued on Knitting Factory Records a few years ago with some extra tracks. That one was originally sung by Giesburg, who was a great Austrian vocalist and a collaborator of mine who went out of the way to learn Mandarin Chinese to get the pronunciation right. And now it's sung in our show by the great Feifei Yang. And I got a couple of records in the can featuring Feifei and Jason Candler, my longtime saxophonist and engineer and a buddy, good friend. And so watch for that. There's a couple of examples from the forthcoming albums on this thing, The Essential Gary Lucas. There's another one called On Two Roads. Well, it's not that easy on this guitar. I'm going to switch to another guitar anyway because I don't have all that much time. And there's other stuff I want to play. for you. I had a request from several people for Flavor Bud Living, including people who wanted to teach me how to play it. And I'm very bad at showing anybody anything on the guitar because I kind of figured this out in my own peculiar style. There's no method to my madness. And frankly, it was done on another guitar. It's a kind of an interesting story. I had a 64 Stratocaster that was this very dull black matted color that was sold to me along with a 66 reverse Firebird by an outfit called Guitars Unlimited. I suspect it was a hot guitar. I mean, because they sold it to me for $200. Lulu agrees. And anyway, that was my go-to guitar. For years, I played that throughout my time with Beefheart, almost 5 years. And then with Jeff Buckley, and I wrote Grace and Mojo Pin on this guitar. Anyway, I was coming from visiting someone in New Haven, Connecticut, and left that instrument up on a rack, and I was kind of out of it. And a fire broke out on the track under the train right before we took off from the station. And this voice crackled over the PA, "Everybody off the train, quickly. There's a fire on the tracks and there's another train across the platform." So I went racing out of there and left this guitar in a soft carrying case. What an idiot, right? And I left it on the rack. And of course, as soon as I got on the other train, I realized my error. So I frantically phoned everybody I could notify, the station masters at the various stops and the train company, et cetera, et cetera. But it was gone. I guess somebody swiped it. It was too tempting, not to for the taking. And, anyway, the moral of this is I had musical instrument insurance taken out on that guitar. It was insured for $10,000. And so I duly filed a claim. I had to get this authenticated, and my friend Rick Kelly at Carmine Street Guitars was a stand-up guy, and he just signed that paper, sight unseen. A real good friend, and I waited patiently, and about 2 weeks later, a check arrived from the insurance company, and out marched 10,000 Iron Men. I don't know. So, a chunk of money. Now I've got it insured for double the amount. Anyway, with that money, I went and bought a $3,000 66 Strat. So I was $7,000 up on the deal. True story. I had a request from my friend Charles McCardle, who's been quite a good supporter. Oh, and let me, while I remember, read the honor roll of people who've so generously donated since the last concert on PayPal. Donald Abrams, Chris Burble, he's a multiple donator. Natalie Chavaroche in France. Renata Cascioli in Italy, Richard Timms in the UK, Greg Sonatis. All you guys are so such absolute gems to me. I so appreciate it, and I apologize for not writing everybody back directly. I've just been kind of preoccupied with stuff, but here I want to just give my sincerest thanks and say that if anybody likes what they hear out there, please do visit me at paypal.com and contribute. It is so appreciated, especially in these times. I don't really know when I'll be able to gig live again. I don't know how they're going to do it. There are all these issues with theatrical productions, and I'm hoping for the best because I can't wait to get out there and make a live connection with you guys, but this is the next best thing until then. Anyway, Charles asked to hear Shrimp Boats again, and my mom passed away recently, and I played it right after she died. This was one of her favorite songs. It was on the Hit Parade on AM radio back when I was born. way back, way back, and she used to sing a little abridged version. So check it out. Check out the original by Joe Stafford, because it was actually, I believe it went to number one back in 51, 52. Brian Jones's riff, Rolling Stones, The Last Time. That was the first song I ever heard by the Stones, which hypnotized me and turned me on to becoming a lifelong fan. I don't know why Brian didn't get credit for that riff, but it's a great one. And anyway, just to say thank you for tuning in. I love to play for you guys, and I'll be doing it till lockdown ends, but beyond, because I love playing for you, and I'm sick of waiting around for promoters and agents to get with the program. This is a good way to reach lots of people all over the world. I have fans now that have written me from Turkey, from Ukraine, from Russia, Japan, all over Europe and the US. Thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless, and I'll see you on Tuesday at 3 o'clock.